everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing 5 things DICE can add to improve Capital Supremacy. Before we get into this, Capital Supremacy has been out for a few weeks now and I've thoroughly enjoyed the mode so far, but there's a few omissions that I wish were in the mode to make it more fun and replayable. An honorable mention that's not on the list is bugs. DICE really needs to fix some of the graphical glitches and other glitches that are prevalent in the game mode. But then again, DICE is well known for not fixing any of the issues really in Star Wars Battlefront 2. You might as well be asking for Ahsoka and Asajj Ventress because it's probably never going to happen. For reference, we're still waiting for DICE to actually fix Darth Vader's force choke, because the screen, to me, every time I get force choked, it still shakes the same way that it did before the patch that they said fixed the force choke. But enough of me being a picky, spoiled Star Wars Battlefront fanboy. Let's get into the top 5. At number 5, we have space combat. Now, on the betas and alphas of Star Wars Battlefront, not designed by DICE, we actually had space-to-ground combat, and I know DICE won't be able to get it into this game, but maybe for future games, if they have the privilege to make another Star Wars Battlefront, they can add some sort of space-to-ground combat or ground-to-space combat. I just feel like it's really missing. It's like you complete the ground missions, and then you're just on the capital ship. Nothing else in between. Why not have it to where you go into space, you fight this battle, and you have to destroy the key systems on the enemy capital ship in order to disable the shields and allow you to make entry onto the ship. It just seems like it would make more sense and make for a more fun and interesting game mode. Or maybe that's just me. I feel like it would really help people want to level up their fighters and get them ready for this epic ground and air assault campaign. I really think that adding space combat would be a huge boost to Capital Supremacy and add to the overall fun factor greatly. Now, next on the list at number 4 is spawn points. My God, why can Star Wars Battlefront not learn from its big brother Battlefield? You know, you would think that it would be so easy. Battlefront copied off of Battlefield. Let's just be honest. Let's call it as it is. Battlefront was a Battlefield ripoff, more or less, with a Star Wars skin and heroes. But, you know, the first Battlefront didn't even have heroes, so it was more or less just a clone of Battlefield. So we have this mode, Capital Supremacy, which is just pretty much conquest on the ground, and we can't spawn in at certain command posts. I think it would just make more sense and it would add more strategy and just overall fun to be able to spawn in at a certain command post that you might be losing at the moment and maybe turn the tide. That's how it was in the older games. You could spawn in at the command post. I know people don't like hearing about the older games because, you know, it was so long ago, but that's something that they got right. And I think that it should return maybe in a future update in Capital Supremacy. At number 3, we have another long shot, but something that I would like to see added to Capital Supremacy, and this is more vehicles. You know, looking around the battlefield of Geonosis, you see all these destroyed vehicles and what could have been. It's like they're teasing us, and I don't know why they would do that, but they are. Kind of like the Droideka situation that happened earlier, I think, or later last year. But I don't know how hard it would be to add vehicles to these maps. They'd probably have to retool them completely, so my hopes are in the next Battlefield, if they have one made by DICE, that they're able to make larger, more open battlefields for Battlefront and add these Hellfire tanks and maybe more of those Republic tanks that we saw in the older games. But as for this game, I don't really have high hopes for them adding more vehicles. Maybe they will, but it's highly unlikely. Number 2, now this kind of ties into number 1. Number 2 is more eras. You know, I want to be able to do Capital Supremacy on the Death Star and using original trilogy characters like Luke and Darth Vader, Yoda. I guess he would count. No, he would not count because he's older, but you get the gist. Maybe an old Ben skin, who knows. But I want to see the original trilogy in Capital Supremacy. I think it would really be fun to fight on the forest moon of Endor, and then, you know, I know it wouldn't make mechanical sense, but be able to go up on the Death Star and fight there. I think that it would really add more variation to the game, and this ties into number 1, which is more maps. We really need more maps in this mode, as playing on Geonosis is fun the first 4 or 5 times, but after a while it's just like, oh, Geonosis again, here we go. I think that adding original trilogy and sequel maps would really do a great service to this game mode. Can you imagine fighting on Jakku or other sequel maps? I don't really know. I guess Crate again. Maybe put some originality and make some more maps dice. That'd be great. But as for new maps, just seeing some new Clone Wars maps would even be great. Fighting on Kamino on the platforms and then going up into space, that'd be good. Or fighting on Kashyyyk, which we all know this is what's going to happen. It's going to be Kashyyyk, Kamino, and what's the third planet? Slipping my mind, but it's going to be those 3 maps. That's what it shows on the roadmap that they recently released. Nothing but maps, which is fine for me. I mean, at least they're focusing on the mode and giving us some new material. But, here's hoping that they can add some of these into the game this year. Some of them are very doubtful, but some of them I think that they can be done. But that does it for this video. Make sure to tune in next time on the Nocturnal Game Review channel for some more content. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.